I didn't even know you until
we didn't know each other until we were traveling. I think we didn't know each other until Singapore, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first memory I have of Nicole, though, it was really late at night, this first night, and we're all like tired as anything, getting ready for the rose ceremony, and they're interviewing like the whole group, and Nicole has like one gleaming tear like streaming down her cheek, and just was like full of emotions. Like, this is the first time that we all saw Nicole cry. What has she gone through tonight that she's crying already?
So basically, I didn't prepare. Like, I was working a full-time job literally up until the day I left, which was so dumb. Never do that, guys. Like, don't do that. If you're gonna be on The Bachelor, like, you need like a month to prepare. Like, even like get a spray tan, whatever. I didn't do anything. I looked horrible. I didn't even barely go shopping. I didn't know about Revolve.
Like, I had no idea. When we got the Revolve bags at the house, I was like, what is Revolve? I
barely knew me either. So obviously all my dresses are horrible. I don't have like, I've never been in a pageant. Like, I don't own my prom dress was like weird too from like Zara. Like, I never cared about like flashy things. So I was already feeling like, wow, underdressed, like underprepared that night. Like, these girls, I didn't know how to curl my hair. Like, no.
Catherine Agro had to teach you. It was great. And she taught you how to contour your face.
Oh, she changed the game for me. But then I think she ruined me because then
it was a little much.
I did a little, No, I don't wear makeup anymore. Like, I just put bronzer. It's in like a whole new
better. Me. It just feels like lighter.
It's fresh. More me. And I get more compliments now like than I did when I was like doing all that craziness, dyeing my hair.
And I think it's, especially right now, natural seems to be like the way.
So that night when I cried, by the way, is because I was defending the producers because they were kind of upset at like Tazwan.
Whatever.
So I'm like, I already forgot her name. It was crazy.
I try to forget her name because we got in a fight in Paradise, her and I.
That's true. I know.
Which you never saw, but that was basically scary.
She was saying like, who cares? Like, I don't care if I leave, or like, I don't know. She was like saying,
she like didn't want to be there. It seemed.
And then I remember it was like Bill, like the producer, who kind of was like, really, girls have like sacrificed so much. And then that's where all of a sudden,
that's where the emotions come out. You're like, yeah, I did.
I get too empathetic. Like, so once I started feeling that empathy and the mixture,
you can feel the emotions in the room. So
yeah. And it was like 4 a.m, by the way. It wasn't
literally like, 4 a.m.
Yeah. So,
and we're all been in heels. Like, my dress literally caught on fire that night.
Really?
So we were sitting by the fireplace. I'm hunched in the ground. My dress is sitting on one of the lights on the ground to like light up the room. And literally I was like, something's burning. What is that? It was my dress. There was like 3 holes in the gown the next day that I had to get fixed for my friend because it wasn't even my dress. So.
Oh my God, that's insane.
And then when you stand in that line waiting for a rose, like your body goes numb. Like my feet, I couldn't even walk over to Colton. I was like, oh God, I might fall on my face because your feet don't work for standing so long. It's not as glamorous as it looks, I will say.
Like, I'd rather right now, like, even study for the SAT than go through that again. I don't know why. Just like, I know Netflix look for me, that's like extreme.
No, but like extreme. I would not want to. Yeah.
Or I'd rather work out. I'm kidding. Compared to Paradise for me, it's insane how unhappy.
You were more yourself in Paradise.
No, I was just like not happy too. Like, I really was not.
And you didn't have the friendships to lean on until towards the end of Bachelor, I think too. Like, you didn't really meet Tayshia and I and Kirpa until we were already traveling, and by then the shit started hitting the fan in Singapore, I think, with you and Anyeka.
No, and our best bonding experience was when we were all like, I remember I was like sitting next to random people on the plane, and then Tayshia and you were like, come on, like, let's all try to stick together. That was like, that's like, we like solidified.
We sat together. So we sat together. It was like Nicole in the middle, Tayshia on one end and me on one end. And we sat together in the plane, like flew all the way to Singapore, which is like 10 hours. So it's a lot of bonding time and no cameras.
Guys, no. Sydney, it was 16 hours and we did the longest flight in recorded history it's the longest flight in America to go to Singapore in one shot. You were very bloated. And the next day they have us put makeup on the plane so that we can come off the plane looking fresh and ready to go. I remember Kaylin. That's when I realized that I was not prepared, because I remember Kaylin
and Cassie both had like a full face mask, like skincare routine, and we're back here like eating candy, like what?
No, horrible. No, and then I had knocked out because like I low key like had like an emergency.
We got drunk before we got on the plane.
Oh yeah, we took. Remember, I had like an Advil PM, or we all took that stuff, and then
you took a low-key sleeping pill. Yeah. I actually took one too, but I remember getting wasted right before. I don't know why. I was like the drunkest I got the entire time being there, because we had
wine. Remember, we had wine.
I was like wine drunk running around the airport.
Me too.
The airplane was the same way that we slept in Paradise, Tayshia, Nicole, and I. So we slept in a freaking bunk bed outdoors, basically, because there's no walls in the bedroom area, so you don't see it. But like the guys and the girls are separated. and everyone's in bunk beds and there's no air conditioning and you're just sleeping essentially like outside with like kind of a roof.
No. And guys, there's no light to see what's in the bed. Like you kind of just like go in hoping there's no bugs,
hoping for the
best. You know what I mean? I just kind of would snuggle in. I didn't care if the bed's like crusty. I can't explain like
there's sand in it.
No, but the sheet is just like sheets, it's not like some glamorous clean. You don't have like some clean.
Not cute at all. Yeah.
No, you literally just like hoping for the best. You're in the shower hoping for the best. You don't even care. You start getting used to the bugs.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Right? Like your makeup brush is near a bug. You're like, all right, thank you for joining me. Like, excuse me, ma'am. No.
The first night we were there, Haley's bed had a snake crawling around it, and we had to go get someone to get it. And we were like, we're trying to sleep, and there's a snake in this bed.
Oh, God.
Yeah. No. So, and then Nicole was like off being like the queen of paradise. So like she'd be on dates and she would get home really late. So Tasha and I would be in bed and Nicole would have to like snuggle herself into the middle and just like go to bed.
That's so insane. I know.
And I would just 2 hours and then
for literally 2 hours.
Literally 2 hours.
And then that's why I was always late the next morning because I had like a late night.
And then she was in a contour mode, so she had a fully contour before she came back to.
You know what happened on The Bachelor? I didn't wear makeup because I was depressed. So then I was like, I felt like I needed to redeem myself. But I went too far, too extreme. And then I even bleached my hair, which I'm still like living with the effects. I realized looking back, like the reason why I even started getting all this balayage and the reason why I wanted to go blonde anyways is because when I was growing up watching The Bachelor, I only saw women like JoJo. I really thought, I had to look like JoJo.
I don't know why I used to look at women when I was like little, and I remember thinking like only blonde women are beautiful. I only thought like, because I'm not blonde, I'm not beautiful. Because my mom was blonde, I just saw a lot of blondes. So that's what I thought too. I had a moment where I was dyeing my hair. It was like falling out basically because it's just bleach and all I looked like Tila.
When was that?
It was like middle school, high school. Yeah, it was bad. It was not good.
So obviously in Miami it's different because all my friends I grew up like they all look like me. They all look like me. So I love my dark hair, but you always want what you can't have. Like when you're young, like I always like, when I was little, like my grandma took me to get highlights when I was in 5th grade. And that was like super extreme. I was such a little kid. I came back young. But they were like tiger stripes.
Oh yeah, always. There's never blended. And then they fade to like an orangey color. Gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So embrace who you are.
I just couldn't believe, like now looking back, I had no one to look up to, like, and it wasn't until BB, like for me, there was like someone who kind of like even like resembled, and she was like with the natural dark hair, which was so like rare for that time, and with her body, like the curves, like she just looked so I love good. BB. And so she really, for me, like broke a barrier there for me.
How did you feel, Nicole, going on our season? Did you ever feel like race was apparent to you? Did you ever feel like you were playing like the role of the Spanish girl, or was like that ever a thing that you thought about?
Yeah, I guess like the token Latina on the show. I definitely felt that way. But
did you feel pressure from being the token Latina?
Yeah, like putting yourself in a category, it's like sad. Like I'm an American, there's so much more to me. I'm like a journalist. I'm I'm everything besides that. Like I'm so proud of being Latina, but it's like sad that that's all my conversations with Colton and the producers, everything revolved around that. That's not. And then if you look at my bio on ABC, she loves like Cuban food and can't wait. It's like really so I love being in the kitchen because like I'm a Latin woman and I should be sexy cooking for Colton. Like obviously that's kind of true. Like obviously I love cooking. Like that's a whole.
But that's not your only.
No, but it's like they really put me in that box. Like really. But then if you look at other bios, like it's like like Cassie's like already the speech language, whatever. I don't know. She had nothing to do with her culture. Like isn't.
It was all about her job and like her.
Why is it? Why is that? Like obviously I'm proud of my heritage, but like there's so much more to me. Like I love music, writing. I'm like I don't know. There's so many layers to who I am, and except for being Latin, and my mom, even my family didn't like that. Everything about me had to do with my culture.
Yeah, and like you said, you're a woman, and there's so many more layers to you, and that like just because you're the only one on the show that was that way doesn't mean like that's the only thing that you have to offer. On
the show, if you saw when we went to the reunion, that moment when people misunderstood me. Nowadays, I bet you what I would have said would have been an amazing dialogue of being because I really felt I said something along the lines of like, wow, like I really don't think Colton, I'm his type. I really think Colton is here for a certain type, like which was honestly 100%
which
true.
Which is very true. Yeah, it wasn't as talked about.
I just can't believe that was why they attacked me for voicing. They don't know how I felt at that moment. They don't know what it's like to be like the girls that were attacking me, like they didn't know what it's like to be a minority. It was like Tracy and Elise, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That was a whole other thing.
That's so embarrassing. Now looking back, like I hope like they realize, I hope like ABC realizes how they put me in that situation.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's clearly like those issues are under the surface, but we're being disguised as like this other thing. It's hard to prove a point or get your point across. Yeah. Like I felt it too when the first night Rev went home and she was the only other Asian girl. So then I was like, oh, so I will be the Asian girl for the season. Yeah. Thank you very much. Great.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So then I was like, oh, that's why I'm here. Awesome. So in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I at least have a few more weeks knowing that I have to be the Asian girl for exactly. So
you made it past, like you all made it past me anyway. I mean,
yeah, well, it was like it was 1 week at a time for us. Like it was like you, then me, then Kerba. So yeah. Then they were like, well, we've seen enough of you. You've played your part. You can go now. But who knows?
Wow, I can't believe we went through all that. And we made it out on the other side. And I'm so glad now we can talk about it. And I'm glad it's during this atmosphere, this socio-political atmosphere that we're in, where
we can discuss these things. Yeah, and that's like the thing too, like listening to podcasts and anything that has to do with Bachelor, it's very rare that there's like an ethnic side to it. Or there's like we have two different culture backgrounds like we have, and it's very rare that is a thing. So we want to be that thing for you. We want to be your side dish. And we'll talk about all aspects of life. It won't just be Bachelor. It'll be like what's happening in the world, what you guys are feeling. We'll answer your questions, so send them to us. We'll discuss with you. And we have so much more to come with Tayshia being the Bachelorette. We are so excited. Like we have talked about this since she got off Colton season.
No, I've been talking to her about it since I met her. Yeah, it's like
you look at her and she looks like the Bachelorette. Actually, she's beautiful, fun, curvy, stunning, like everything.
There was a moment because me and Tayshia actually were, I think, in the same room, and she was telling me like, which dress do you like? I had barely met her, and I was like, dude. She was like, hey, she looks like a supermodel. Like literally, she looks like a 90s supermodel in this like.
It's like the Tyra Banks like life-size Barbie doll essentially. Yeah. She's like looks like a Barbie doll come to life.
Like imagine she looks beautiful and she's telling me like, I don't feel confident in this dress, Nicole. Like, what do you think? And I'm like, oh, you are money, honey. I was like, you are money. I was like, you don't get it. Like you're different. Like you're money. Like you are like different. Honestly, like you're a whole different like league of your own
level. She is literally a league of her own.
Exactly. So then now I just knew it then, and I'm so proud to like see it come to life.
I think it was definitely time, and I know it came after Claire being cast, and that was devastating for her because she deserved it. But not saying that Claire doesn't, but just saying that Tayshia's the one, and we're excited for her. She's our best friend from the show.
Yes, I know. So excited.
She is gonna kill it, and I can't wait to watch. So we're gonna break down the episodes every week. We'll answer your questions, anything that you guys have, bring them to us. Yes, we're excited to go through this journey with you.
Yay! And
so this is Black Beans and Rice, Nicole and Sydney. Again, we love you guys, whoever you are, once you start listening. Once we have listeners. So we will be on all platforms as of now. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We'll have like short videos on YouTube. Instagram is where you can reach out to us for now. We are Black Beans and Rice Pod, and then we'll make a little Facebook group. So we're everywhere. We're global. So find us, and we're also obviously on our own Instagrams. But find us, DM us, share with us.